Hello, you guys. Today we are tapping in with this Healing with Toni. We are going to be looking at baby steps. Like, where can we take baby steps on our healing journey? What part? Um, I have a couple things. Before this reading, I was meditating, and all of a sudden, before I really got into the meditative state, I started getting this vision of and I haven't watched this show in forever. Didn't even finish the last season. It's called I think it's called Being Mary Jane with Gabrielle Union, and she's like this news person, and as you know, if you've seen it, there's a lot of issues, and a lot of issues comes up with her in relationships, like putting work before relationships, with healing that. So that might come up. Also, there was, her she had a cousin in the family who was an alcoholic. I think she had a brother who had sold drugs or on drugs or something of that nature, and then she had trust issues. There's so many there's so many things, and that came up, and I was just like, where the heck did that come from? Like I said, I haven't watched the show in over, I don't know when. I It's been at least 2 to 3 years since I watched it. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a real, and like I said, I didn't even watch the last, like, how it ended or anything. I didn't watch the last season that came out. So maybe I need to. Maybe it's telling me to watch that. But so maybe some of those issues that are in there might come up, or some of you may watch it. I don't know. And then there's two songs. I woke up in the middle of the night to, I think his name is Davo. Um, and I don't know where he's from. He is from an African country. Let me see. Where is Davo from? I think he's Davo. Nigeria. That's what he's. Yeah, he's a Nigerian artist, and he has a song called "Unavailable," and that one, oh my gosh, I love it. And it was playing in my head in the middle of the night. And I was just like, what? And I hadn't heard that one. I was just like, why? I hadn't listened to that probably in a couple weeks. So um, maybe it's time to become unavailable to things. That's something stepping, letting people know I'm unavailable. I'm not available for this. And then the other song was Champagne It, and it talks about about being the winning the lottery, and winning about to make a whole lot of money, you know. So that was that was that was playing in my head all day. It was playing, yeah. Oh no, that's too many. So I'm doing these, and then I had a vision with the reading today with the baby steps, since we're talking about the baby steps, to pull for from the inner child healing, to get four cards from that, and that would be our four. That would be four different, either healing or towards our baby steps. Okay, right now I got three. I'm trying to get one more, and they keep giving me like three or four, and I'm like, no, we said four. We made this decision, and you can't keep giving me that many. I just need one. I just need one more. One more, please, for the collective. Baby steps. Okay. All right. So, hold on. My daughter is home still. Give freely, and so I'm gonna close the door. So I'm gonna close my bedroom. Okay. All right. Okay. So we have play with your inner child. We have calling for higher protection. We have be patient with yourself. And we have you are a creator. I actually feel like this is, I know I was talking about baby steps, but I actually feel like this is the order in which you're supposed to go in. That this really feels like order to me. Because if you have playing with your inner child, so getting to know your inner child, being playful, stepping up that, and then calling on higher protection as well around you, and then just being patient with yourself as you go through these stages. Because if you look, kind of going through with that butterfly, with that metamorphosis of all the process of look, playing with the inner child, calling in protection. You got your protection up, and then being inside that, and because you called in protection, you build up your protection here, and then you're here, and you are being patient with yourself, right? And then at the end, it says you are a creator. You come out, with this. Oh my gosh, I love this card. You are a creator. Wow. It's like standing in your power. That's freaking Leo energy for sure. That's you're meant to be seen. You're meant to, stand out and be out there. So let us get, we're going to do one card for, okay. Yeah. Okay. I got an idea. So, okay. So I'm going to get one tarot card for each one of those. And then if I need a clarifier, I have this other deck that is going to help me. Another tarot deck that's going to help me as a clarifier. Okay. Okay, number 1. Number 2. Oh, wow. Gets number 3 and number 4. I like what they did. Their guides are awesome during this. Okay, so we are taking baby steps right now, and these are nice 4 baby steps. That's going to get you to this end of, oh yes, it's going to get you to the end. I'm definitely going to need a clarifier for that. Okay. So we first got this play with your inner child, right? And it's interesting because the meditation I did this morning was an inner child one. So some of my energy is probably vibrating inside of this, but this is healing with me. So of course I'm going to come out in it. But we have the 7 of Pentacles. So examining what you're planting. To me, Pentacles sometimes, and this is about planting things, in, our day-to-day world. What are you planting in? What are you planting into your inner child that's playful and fun? What are you doing? One thing I can tell you I did with my inner child, well, I met with them today, and and I did that meditation. But before that, my inner child is with me all the time, and after I got my kids to the bus, I came home and for like 10 minutes, I freaking danced around in my kitchen, just dancing because the energy felt so good. The energy felt so good right now that I decided to take that moment and dance. And so it's, what are you planting? And it doesn't have to be long. Like I said, it was like 5 or 10 minutes, and I just danced around and had fun. And sometimes I dance around and have fun when I'm vacuuming the floor, or when I'm wiping down, when I'm dusting, or when I'm, sweeping. I dance around. I take dance breaks and do that because it is so, it lifts up your heart. It's very playful, taking the time to sit down with your animals if you have an animal, and just playing with it, petting it, throwing the ball for it. Like I have a dog, I have dogs. So, throwing the ball, talking to it, and just loving on it. That is also something that you can that helps your inner child. So those things, and like this one, she's out skipping rocks. So being out, just going out to the park and skipping rocks with even your kids, even playing with your kids plays with your inner child. Like every day for almost an hour, I play dolls with my daughter when she gets home from school, and that's that's interplay. My son, I will go outside and play basketball with him, or throw the football with him, or just watch him roller skate, and and pull him along. Or sometimes he'll come and sit down and do yoga with me. So that's his inner child. With my oldest, she's not as playful. But she likes to more like give me cuddles and hugs and stuff like that. So that when you play with your children, that also feeds your inner child. So playing with your animals, playing with your children, dancing, going outside, doing something that you enjoy and like, laughing. You know what? I don't know why I thought of this, but karaoke, going out and singing. It helps you express yourself. I don't know why I thought karaoke. Actually singing, singing and dancing and enjoying yourself, that also helps plant those seeds. So what seeds are you planting? Look, and with that magnifying glass, she's looking at each one of those seeds like, what am I doing? What am I truly doing to help me, clean up myself inside? What am I doing to make sure my life is fulfilling and feeding that inner child? So right now, the universe is asking this collective to feed their inner child with fun and laughter and joy, that energy. Okay, so our next thing is calling on higher protection. So if you look at this higher protection, we have angels. We also have some deities. I think that's Kali right there. And then we also have like an animal there, an animal spirit. So you might work with animal spirits. You might work with angels. You might just call on God, and that's fine. It's whatever you call on. When I when I'm saying when you're calling on protection, you might call on your ancestors. So because everyone's not from the same walk of life, and I'm very accepting of that. And so they need to call on what they need to call on. Me, myself, I can call on my ancestors because they came before me and I know they work with me. I can call on God because that is something that I'm connected to. I can call on angels because that's something I'm connected to. I can call on spirit animals because that's something I'm connected to. I also call on deities. At first I was afraid to call on deities. I did not call on them. And so they first came to me because I had to recognize and understand them because I had this preconceived notion of things, and that was my own prejudice that I was carrying with me that I had to let go and accept that not everything is evil even though you're told it's evil. you know not everything is bad because you're told it's bad. Not everything is good that you're told is good, right? So you have to make your own discernment, and you have to step up and say, okay, this is good for me, this is bad for me. And you make that decision because it's your life, not anyone else's. Okay, so calling on that higher protection, and we got the King of Wands, which I laugh because if you look at it, it's like I just got that song King for my energy. Oh my gosh, I can't even think about it. Da, da, da. Oh my gosh. But yes, I totally got this King energy, which Leo, it could be. So again, calling on the element of fire. So if you work with the elements, calling on the element of fire. If you work with, I have a list. I actually have this awesome list that I was doing. So if you call on, to me, that actually, who I always think of, fire. I always think of Archangel Gabriel. I don't know why, but he always makes me think of fire. And when I'm working with fire, and I always call on Gabriel. I actually have, this is my pouch of I do. So fire. My fire, when I call on fire, I call on Gabriel. And also, the animal, you can call on any cat, because it's a Leo. It's like any cat animal. So I call on the jaguar. So you can call on the tiger. You can call in the lion. You know, you can call in any of those. Okay, this could also be someone, if in your ancestry, that was maybe a Leo that was, very strong-willed, very charismatic, very, when they stepped into a room, people, they were seen. So it's that energy of power. So something that's being called in, and it's a higher protection. Okay, so let me see. So this could also, think of, for deities, think of Aries. And, Pele, because she's like in Hawaiian, and she does the fire, So those are the deities you can look at too. So think of some of those that relate to fire for you. Okay. So calling in that protection. So sitting down and saying, okay, I want to why I take this time to work with my inner child. I want to call in higher protection so I don't have to worry about outside interference. So calling on just God above, calling on Mother Gaia to put that protection around you, calling on your angels, calling on your ancestors to put that around you while you're just trying to relax and step in to this beautiful comfort zone of having fun and just enjoying life, and things not coming crashing down on you for that protection there. Okay, and they're like that you have that protection. And then we have this: be patient with yourself. So taking the time, and the perfect thing came out. And to me, this definitely speaks ancestry, because we have Page of Wands and we have that King of Wands. So you have this ancestor that's leading this student, this master, the king, and then we have the page. So it's like this king protects you, and this would also be your higher self. Your higher self protects you, and this page is the conscious you that is learning, that is exploring, that is out having fun, that is, you still have this protection energy behind you as you go explore and have fun and connect to the world and learn. But at the same time, be patient with it. Take your time with it. Don't rush it. Take the time like that of a student who has to go a whole semester. A whole semester is like, what? Like 4 months? Like a whole semester is like 4 or 5 months. So you're like, take that time. Take that. And if you take a month, like for me, I'm going to be taking a month next month. For me, I'm going to go down in hermit mode and I'm doing that for the month of March. I'm going to go into this. I want to go into this playful energy, but I know, and I have to be patient with myself as I go into this as well, to not rush the process of things. So be patient with yourself and be okay with going into this energy, in this cocoon energy, because that's what you're being wrapped up in as you go through all of this, and helping that inner child kind of explore those things. Now this last one, like you are a creator, like this is like coming out of all of this. And it was interesting. We had a lot of wands energy here because we got this 5 of wands. So a lot of fire. So a lot towards your passions and spiritual stuff, right? So, but the 5 of wands is like, but she is not worried about it. If you look at this 5 of wands, because 5 of wands can be conflict, but it also could be change, what fits perfectly. So you're changing your inner world. You're changing your outer, world as well. So this 5 could be a change. It doesn't have to be conflict. It can be conflict, and that's why I said I was going to, it's going to be a change in how you create, I feel. But I said I was going to get a clarifier on that too. So let me do that really quick. See what we get. And I'm using this Blue Apple Tarot, which is really nice because it also speaks of of your different body parts. So it can also connect, probably what comes out will tell us where we need to be looking at. Dang. They gave me a 5 of wands. And they gave me, but at the bottom, which I'm still taking this. I'm taking both of those. Okay. They gave me this 3 of swords. So like whatever this is, whatever you're having to do, whatever this change is, it's heartbreaking. It's breaking your heart down. It's not something that's, it's the heart. It is it's but also I feel like if you look at it, that the heart space has been bottled up. It's being shattered. That whatever you put around it, it's being shattered and it's being changed so it can be opened up. Because on the bottom we had the star, which, two things with that star. The star is, wow. I'm gonna read what she says about this star. But at the same time, that star energy, which is interesting because the star energy has 2 cups in there. And it's kind of like, um, you have this beautiful, so, but in this star, so with our star, we have, it's weird because we have these 2 cups. So, it's like, even though there's change and your heart's being shattered and broken into pieces, it's also being healed. You're pouring about, to me, those 2 cups are like balancing 2 different energies, when you, the light and the dark, balancing energies around you. It's bringing a balance, it's bringing in healing, but it also is a star. And when it says you are a creator, it's like you're meant to be seen with that star is healing. So it's both of those, like showing your healing as powerful. The star has always been a sort of obsession for the human world. Evidence of advanced astrology traces back 2,000 years and counting. From the ancient modern day people, the twinkle of the orbs in the sky do something for our souls. It's a glimpse of the oneness that connects us to the universe and beyond. How innovating to realize that we are galactic creatures upon the earth within the universe, where the rings of Saturn radiate heat from the cosmic blue rays, and where it rains down diamonds on Neptune. And the star is our little window into the fantasy, which is the universe, our forever home. How fortunate we are to be part of this cosmic paradise. The mysteries of the universe are too vast to explain in linear terms. It is a secret within us which allows for the amusement part of experiences we call life. When we replace fear with trust, we gain an all-access pass to journey on the rides with childlike bliss. Childlike bliss, right? We're supposed to be doing this inner child thing. So, yeah, the stars can be very healing, I feel. And so it's very healing at this time. So I feel like you are going to become, it's going to, this you are a creator card is about change. And it might be change within your heart space, which is going to hurt. And going through that pain, because maybe when you are looking at, when you're playing with your inner child, more than likely you pull up old things from the past, from things we learned as children and that we need to unlearn, or things that we picked up, or things that we experienced. And so that change and that conflict that was within us is being broken down with this 3 of Swords. It's being torn down, and it has to be torn down, and it's going to hurt, but in the end it brings this beautiful rainbow healing energy. It brings an energy to really, for it to for you to come to calmer waters and to be this beautiful energy right here. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to get some oracle cards, sacred medicine, to leave us off with. I know I wasn't long at talking today. I was really good. I told my guys I was going to try to keep it at no more than 30 minutes today. So, and I'm doing good. I see. It's at like 25. So I'm doing good. Okay, so we got one. Okay, let me take the. Okay, so I have three, which I'm taking. Okay. Um. Ooh, that's a. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I got any repeating numbers here. I didn't even look at that, but I will see if I have any big numbers. So the first one I got was the. It's this the jingle dance. It's miracles. It's and it's an indigenous dance that is done. And I'm gonna look at it because I know I've read about it, but I didn't remember. Um, yeah, it says during the 1918 flu pandemic, a little girl had fallen deadly ill and was able to recover. Her father had a vision of dancers wearing a dress with 4 rows of jingle metal bells, and when the sick child saw the dance, she joined in, and the medicine poured through the movement in her feet, curing her. So remember this morning. Remember earlier I said I was dancing. Well, that's a thing that moves energy. Dancing moves energy around you, just like working out, yoga, anything with movement is going to help move the energy that's in you. So if you're ever in a bad mood, that's why working out and even dancing helps. Like movement really helps when you're doing that. And also yoga is great when you, especially when you're doing those stretch poses, to release some of those especially built up in your hips over the years of all of the things that you've gone through. Okay. All right. And then we have medicine wheel, which is a 30, which this is a 32. This is creative. So the medicine wheel, if you remember, I was talking about working with the elements. So you can work with the elements. Also, when it comes to the medicine wheel, I always think of animals in each corner. When you can call on certain animals in each corner, and that fire is the stag, which is a great one to call on. The stag is wonderful. But I will read some from that medicine wheel too. And that medicine wheel is very healing as well. Remember, we're on a healing journey. So let's read a little bit about that. It says the medicine wheel teaches that every season we move through is of equal and great importance. Some seasons seem to last longer than others, and some seasons can tend to be more difficult than the rest. Right now, you are being asked to tend to the cycle you are moving through, even if it feels tedious, and that is taking longer than it should. Yes. So, okay, so like I feel like winter is taking longer than it should. And I'm just like, oh my God, when is this winter going to be over with? When is, when you're waiting for cycles to be over, when you know that you're finished with something, even say you're finished a cycle of, say, a job and you're waiting for that next job to drop, or say you're waiting on something to be done with your healing because you're like, I've done this stuff. And it's saying just be patient because maybe there's some other things underneath that you haven't came across quite yet, and you're not, so just staying in your lane, staying in each season as it goes, because everything takes time. Again, be patient with yourself as you go through this. Okay. And our last card out is Mosaic, and it says pieces. I love that because with this beautiful pieces, it's a heart. You remember this heart? Oh my God, let me find the card. Remember this heart was shattered into pieces? Look at that. Was it not? With three swords. And we end up with, you know what? Your heart can be put back together again. And it can be put back in a way you want it to be. How you want your heart space to be filled up, like breaking down those walls and breaking down those things that are stuck on there that don't need to be there. So it's being shattered and broken so that it can be rebuilt into something that is more attainable and beautiful, that has that joy and has that abundance and has that warmth, and like, it's a beautiful, that's beautiful. Okay. It says every experience, every sacred encounter, every word spoken from the past has contributed to who you are today. This card is asking you to zoom in, reflect on each of the tiny parts that make up this mosaic of your journey. You will notice that even the pain and the heartbreak were necessary for your growth, adding texture and to the whole. Um, are there parts that need forgiveness? Are there aspects of your past that need tending to? Something we skipped over, trauma and pain, as we don't have the capacity to fully process it at the moment. The medicine of this card asks you to see the lessons learned and the wisdoms gleaned from all parts that seem hard. Mm-hmm. Release any shame of what you deem as imperfect or incomplete, for nothing is ever lost and your mosaic will never be complete. That's right. Like, you will constantly always be building onto your heart, like putting extra pieces in or adding something or building on it and making it bigger, and then letting it expand. So, yes, those pieces were shattered, but you can put them back together and you can build them up as you can with experience, with better experiences, with that dancing that you need to do, with that playfulness that you need to do, with that releasing, with that forgiveness. Okay? So take those steps, and you guys, just, I want to say, just take the time to, it doesn't, you don't have to take a full on run to heal. It's a journey. It takes time, especially in different parts of your healing. You might think you're done with something, and it will show back up. I had that this week. I had something I dealt with over, maybe over 20 years ago. Was it? Like, I'm gonna say 18, about 18 years ago. I experienced something, and just on Wednesday, was it Wednesday or Tuesday? Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? It was it was Wednesday. On Wednesday, I experienced something, and I almost fell back into. I fell. I did. I did fall. I did. I did. I was like, oh, F. And then I caught myself, and I had to course correct myself in those moments. And I did. But at the same time, I was like, freak, I messed up. I've been through this. I know this. And how did I mess this up? And I had to find that part of me where I said, oh, it's okay. You messed up. You did heal that. You just didn't recognize it at the time because you had so much energy coming at you. And now you know. And that's why you call in higher protection. Because sometimes when you don't have that there all the time, when you're not asking, look over my shoulders, look over my, like, you're out just doing your thing, and you that trickster energy shows up, in which the thing is about the tricksters is that they teach lessons. They're not, when people try to get into that trickster energy, they end up learning. This is the thing about tricksters, people who try to go into the trickster energy, they end up learning the lessons themselves, because the tricksters in the end most of the tricksters are all about teaching a lesson and having some kind of connection. The trickster, I don't feel like the tricksters are malicious. People make the tricksters malicious. And I'm just going to say it. People make things malicious, not the things. It's kind of like saying, I don't know why I'm about to go into this. It's like saying, like food or candy or sweets or sugar. Sugar in, small quantities is just fine. But people who overconsume them make it bad. And that's us. It's us. Not not the not the sugar, not the food, not the even instance alcohol. I drink, I don't know, last I think I drank on New Year's, maybe that was the last time I had a drink. But the thing is, I like to have wine every once in a while, but some people overdo it. And it's them. And it's because of the things that's inside of them that need to be healed, right? So, again, same with when it comes to spirituality and these deities as well. The tricksters are not, they when they come in and you call in one and you don't do the work they want you to do, or you're trying to be malicious to someone else, that stuff's going to fall back on you, because that's what happens when you play with the tricksters. They don't it's like, oh, you're being malicious. Well, okay, we'll play with you because you did your stuff, but guess what? It's going to come back on you. And and people need to know that when you're calm, it does come back. What you put out comes back. What you sow, what you plant comes back. And that's with people. Some people call it karma. Some people, in religion, like Christianity, they will say you reap what you sow. Those types of things. It does come back, and you will see it in everything. Sometimes it's instant, and sometimes it's not. So, I'm saying, sometimes those old energies, old things will come back to give you that test to see, did you really learn this lesson? Did you really get it? And when I was like, I messed up, and it means I got the lesson because I recognized it. Instead, if I would have kept going and not recognized it or anything, that means I didn't get the lesson. That means you need to repeat this over again because you didn't even get the whole thing, but you did get the lesson. And so, oh, you got it. You understand. You recognized it. And so I was like, yay, I got the lesson. Even though I didn't do it even though I didn't do it right, even though I didn't feel like I did it right, but I did because I recognized it. I recognized it even though I reacted like on my old self would have reacted, like my unhealed self reacted. She started coming up, and she was like, and I was just like, oh, it made me recognize that wound still there that need to be healed and looked at, because we carry them with us and we have to keep working on them. Okay? Because no one's ever, we're human, so nothing's ever perfect. Everyone's not this pristine, like, I'm great, I haven't done anything wrong. No one's like that. No one. And if someone tells you they are, please walk away from them. All right. So, you guys, that was my soapbox in the end. Oh my gosh, I'm getting out of here because I'm staying under 40s. I said I was going to be in the 30s. All right. You guys have a great day. Again, if you want, you can you can subscribe, you can comment. I enjoy all those. Thank you. And all my information is down in the box below. All right. Bye.